Weird English you never knew existed. English has a lot of words to learn, obviously, but have you ever come across a word in English that sounds so strange you wonder if it's even real? Or is it even English? Well, guess what? It probably is. Today we're diving into 10 of some of the weirdest words in English. Hi, welcome. I'm Claire and I have a quick challenge for you. I want you to listen and read this sentence and see how much you understand. Have you ever been bamboozled and flummoxed by total gobbledygook and were utterly flabbergasted by all the hullabaloo, so you decided to skedaddle? That sounds a bit strange, no? Well, there are a lot of words in English that sound a little weird when you see or hear them. I'll explain what exactly that sentence meant later on in the video. But before that, let's take a moment and before we start talking about what makes these words so weird for language learners as well as native speakers. So many of these words sound funny, playful, or even a bit unusual when you first hear them. Their pronunciation can be surprising or not quite match what you might think or expect from a typical English word. Maybe there are too many f's or oo's in the word and it sounds like someone is telling a joke with a word that isn't real. Some of these words have meanings that don't connect to their sound. This makes them different and interesting to hear in conversation. And even though many of these words are well known, they aren't typically used in daily conversations. So when someone does use them, it stands out. If you'd like to take notes on today's vocabulary, I've got you covered with a free PDF. You can download it using the link in the description. As a special bonus, I've also included the origins of these words. So you'll not only learn their meanings, but also pick up some fascinating facts along the way. All right, if you're ready, let's get started. Gobbledygook. Let's begin with gobbledygook. It's pronounced gobbledygook. Don't worry, it's not as hard as it looks. This word is a noun and it means language that's too complicated or confusing. You can use this word when someone talks in a way that doesn't make sense. So, for example, the instructions were all gobbledygook. I didn't understand anything. Or, all the legal terms in the contract were just gobbledygook to me. I couldn't figure out what they were saying. So, we can see that gobbledygook means very complicated or confusing language. Use it when something is hard to understand. Flabbergasted. Next we have flabbergasted. It's pronounced flabbergasted and it's an adjective. If you're flabbergasted, it means you're really surprised, almost shocked. Maybe you can use this when something amazing happens and you can't believe it. So, for example, I was flabbergasted when I saw my friend after 10 years. I didn't expect it at all. Or, I was flabbergasted when I won the lottery. It didn't feel real. In summary, flabbergasted means very surprised or shocked, often by something amazing or unexpected. Kerfuffle. Let's talk about kerfuffle. It's pronounced kerfuffle, and it's a noun. This word is used to describe a small argument or a little bit of drama, usually about something not very important. Example, there was a kerfuffle in the office when people couldn't decide where to go for lunch. Or, there was a kerfuffle at the store when two customers wanted the last piece of cake. In short, a kerfuffle is a small argument or drama, usually over something silly or unimportant. Hullabaloo. Another fun word is hullabaloo, pronounced hullabaloo. It's a noun that means a lot of noise or excitement, usually in a way that's a bit out of control. It's great when you want to describe a big commotion. So for example, There was a hullabaloo at the concert when the band started playing their hit song. Or the kids made such a hullabaloo when they saw the magician at the party. All in all, hullabaloo means a lot of noise or excitement, often in a chaotic or wild way. Skedaddle. Now let's look at skedaddle. It's pronounced skedaddle, and it's a verb. This is a fun way to say run away or leave quickly, usually when you need to hurry. Example, as soon as the rain started, we all skedaddled to find shelter. Or, when the teacher walked in, the kids skedaddled back to their seats. Basically, skedaddle means to leave quickly, especially in a hurry. Shenanigans. Next up is shenanigans. It's pronounced shenanigans, and it's a noun. It means playful mischief or tricks, usually harmless and fun. You can use this word when something silly or funny happens. So for example, we were just having some shenanigans at the party, nothing serious. Or the kids' shenanigans in the back garden left them covered in mud. So shenanigans are playful mischief or harmless tricks, usually for fun. Rigamarole. Let's talk about Rigamarole. Pronounced Rigamarole. This noun means a long, confusing process, something that is much more complicated than it needs to be. You can use this word when things are more difficult than they should be. So, for example, filling out forms for my visa was such a rigmarole, it took forever. Or, buying concert tickets was such a rigmarole with the long queue and website crashes. Ultimately, rigmarole means a long, confusing and unnecessary process. Flummox. Now let's look at flummox. It's pronounced flummox, and it's a verb. This means to be confused or completely puzzled by something. If something flummoxes you, it means you don't understand it at all. Example, that math problem really flummoxed me and I didn't know what to do. Or, the new internal software flummoxed the employees and they had no idea how to use it. To sum up, flummox means to confuse or puzzle someone completely. Mollycoddle. Next is mollycoddle. It's pronounced mollycoddle, and it's a verb. If you mollycoddle someone, it means you treat them in an overprotective way, like you're taking care of them too much. You can use this word when someone is being treated too carefully or spoiled. So for example, stop mollycoddling your dog. She can climb the stairs on her own. Or, you can't mollycoddle your child forever. They need to learn how to do things on their own. So, in conclusion, mollycoddle means to be overly protective or spoil someone. Bamboozle. Finally, we have bamboozle. It's pronounced bamboozle, and it's a verb. To bamboozle someone means to trick or confuse them, usually in a playful way. It's a fun word used when someone wants to fool or play a trick on someone. So for example, I can't believe he bamboozled me into thinking he'd cooked dinner. He only ordered takeaway. Or, he bamboozled me into thinking the necklace was real, but it was a fake. So basically, bamboozle means to trick or confuse someone, often in a fun or sneaky way. Whew! There were a lot of interesting weird words for you to add to your vocabulary. Let's look back at our sentence, our weird sentence. We started the video with, have you ever been bamboozled and flummoxed by total gobbledygook and were utterly flabbergasted by all the hullabaloo, so you decided to skedaddle? Do you know what it means now? Let me pause the video with you and I want you to try and write your answer in the comments. You ready? All right, let's take a look. Have you ever been confused by totally complicated language and were utterly speechless by all the things that were out of control, so you left quickly? Bit strange, but it works. Well, these 10 words have you covered for a whole range of situations. If you want to revisit today's vocabulary, I've got a free PDF for you. Just click the link in the description. As a bonus, it includes the fascinating origins of these words, so you'll learn even more about their history and meaning. Thanks so much for watching the video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. We have a new video each week, so I don't want you to miss out. I'll see you next week.